All right, and we are back on Twitter.
What's that? You know what that?
Then after that, we get Falcon and Winter Soldier, though.
We got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming up, but you know we also have Superman and Lois coming up next week. A little DC action. So welcome to our review. We already did the watch party over on Twitch, and so now we are here with you for the review. Tiff, what do you think of this episode?
There was a lot to chew on in this episode.
By the way, tonight also marked the return of popsicles to the live streams.
Oh, yes.
If you guys have been around the channel, for those of you who haven't been around the channel for a long time, popsicles and popcorn.
I was going to say popsicles and popcorn are your friend.
A lot of pop stuff going around here. Pop culture.
Except for we can't have pop.
Pop vinyls, but we don't drink pop.
No. Some of us don't.
All right. So, Tiff, go ahead.
Very interesting. Isaac called a couple of things that happened in this episode or in this season. Is the volume good?
Yeah, I was just saying hi to Sebastian.
Oh, okay. I cannot wait to see what these last two episodes hold. Just because there was so much going on, you can see that she's not able to keep it together ever since she expanded the bubble.
Yep.
She's starting to lose it. You can tell that.
And someone was stopping Vision from returning back home after escaping the Hex.
Yep, it was funny to see Kat Denning in there, and the fact that he at least let her remember right away so that she could be herself and not have to, be that for the entire episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
but she was funny in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But just to see her become Agatha, like to show that she is. I love Catherine.
It was Agatha all along.
But it was interesting to see from the first episode, where Isaac called that, and it's very, very cool. And plus, to even hear Vision get his own backstory, like, okay, so what's happened since I can't remember? So there was just a lot going on.
Yep.
And you got to see Monica get her powers because she went back in for the third time. So that was cool too. So I thought it was awesome.
Isaac?
Yes, I really enjoyed the episode. It kept the same pace the whole time. It didn't feel slow at all to me. But one thing I also really like that they showed at the end, like on top of what you said, is like showing how she's been pulling the strings since the very first episode.
Yep.
Like she returned, like she came to Westview, and then right away, episode 1, you see when it fades to black and white, as she changes her outfit, and then she's the one that brought Pietro and what else? There was something during the magic show. You saw her doing something.
Yeah.
During the magic show, and then
so Lindsay, yes, we are recorded, and you can link it up. We'll eventually be able to hook it up where we can watch, like we'll have it on the screen, kind of like what our good friend Nicotina does. But right now we don't do that. You just have us reacting to it. But yes, it is recorded on Twitch, so you can go back and watch it on Twitch. Sorry, I just wanted to point
But they definitely did do great setup for the last 2 episodes. Because I don't think they're going to pull what the CW does, pretty much just do it for the very last episode. I think they're going to use the last 2.
I hope not.
To pretty much explain everything in next week's episode, and then finish off everything in the last episode and be like, okay, so this is what we're setting up for the rest post Endgame.
Well, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it did get a little slow towards the middle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and one thing I also do wonder, because we know that Wanda got her magic from the Mind Stone. I wonder where Agatha got her magic from. Because Strange got his from, what's it called? I can't remember right now. Someone probably knows in the comments. Is all the people that have magic so far in the MCU got it from somewhere. So I wonder where Agatha got hers from.
Well, Mephisto is the devil.
The devil.
Now, Layla doesn't think that Mephisto's going to appear.
I think we'll get him for a very tiny bit, and we'll get him more in Doctor Strange 2, is what I think. I think we'll kind of get him at the very end, like the last episode. Because I'm thinking that if it's not somebody like, I want to say like how we kind of did like Ben Affleck as Daredevil, or like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine or something like that. I'm thinking it might be maybe an actor that Paul Bettany's been wanting to work with, but he's casted as Mephisto.
That'd be a good call.
And then that's going to be the thing, is then that leads into Doctor Strange 2.
So you think Mephisto might be the reveal?
In the last episode.
Wouldn't that be kind of disappointing? I don't think that's going to be Luke Skywalker. I mean, because we're all expecting Mephisto.
Yeah, but you don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know that it's Mephisto, but you don't know who's going to play.
Yeah, but that was kind of the thing about Luke Skywalker. It was like you had no I just keep going back to that when they say that it's a Luke Skywalker
type of reveal,
like a Mandalorian. I just keep going back to that as like what I'm trying to judge what that's going to be, and that was a complete surprise.
Not to you.
Not to me.
I was going to say you called that.
I called it even before Nicotina spoiled it for me. But
so you're saying you got Nicotina, bro?
Yeah, Minty. Yeah, we know that the powers don't need to necessarily come from anywhere, but like Isaac was saying, everybody so far in the MCU, because the MCU's got its own rules for how these things happen. And I mean, like look at Civil War, for example. Civil War was called Civil War, but it really wasn't the Civil War storyline. So yes, in the comics, they don't necessarily have to. I mean, they get their powers from a lot of different spots. But like he was saying, anybody who has magic really kind of in the MCU got it from somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that's what that's how Isaac's mind works is
he also noticed that the mouse and the with a fly? No. Cicada was her two sons. When she's like, "Where are the boys at?"
What's one of them?
That was one of them. Was the cicada on the blinds on the wall.
Minty says Agatha's a witch. Witches have been around for a long time. Her powers are just from spells.
Which is also funny and ironic because Agatha was also in Bewitched, which is the style of the very first episode.
Scotty says, yeah, that's why this episode was disappointing. Nothing was moved forward at all. We knew Monica had been changed. We knew that was Agatha. Also, the Modern Family theme was not good. So Scotty, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of with you. Like I really felt like the beginning was pretty good. Like I felt there was stuff going on at the beginning, and I did like the reveal at the end, and I liked the song that was quirky and stuff like that. But I'll be honest with you, there was a minute. So I've only had an hour and a half sleep since last night, and I spent all morning long moving 1,700-pound pallets of food that our church passed out today, and then we had to unload like 7 of those pallets by hand, like all these individual boxes because I had to drive a big box truck today. So like I was going to come home, take a nap, never got to do that. So I was pretty tired. So like sitting here and getting through the middle of it, I actually apologize, but like there was like once where I was like, I just kind of, it was a long blink. I wasn't nodded off, but it was a long blink. And I didn't feel like there was a lot happening that was actually like something. It was like kind of everything was like, okay, kind of know that.
Was getting a lot of clarity from what
that I did
like his own kind of stuff.
Well, but Layla, everything seems to be pointing that that's not Pietro. Like that it's just literally not Pietro.
Well, even when you go back to the when it shows Agatha pulling the strings for everything, when you see Pietro at the door, you see this purple like
mist come from his back.
Well, that's her controlling him. So I don't know, maybe. Dark Tasty says maybe they just mean it's the same style of reveal and not as big as Luke Skywalker reveal. That's a very few things that can match a Luke Skywalker. But yeah, but they've said though that it's on caliber with that. So as far as what I remember,
I'm just trying not to get my hopes up and be like, oh yeah, that's not who I was expecting.
Yeah.
Because like for Luke Skywalker, there can only be one person. Whereas if you say that for Marvel, that could only be like 10 people.
I don't think it can. I think there's I stand by what I said. Like there's only a couple of people in the MCU that would really make me just kind of like go. And when we talked about it like last week and the week before, like I think everybody was kind of in agreement with that. Like we weren't necessarily in agreement on like which character it was, but I think we all were kind of like in the same kind of
well,
area.
They've said that the cameo
except for the Richard.
Yeah.
The Richard wants it to be Beast.
Yeah.
You know, Kelsey Grammer.
Which also what they said for the end of the season. Once the final episode's done, we're gonna be like, okay, that's the direction that the MCU is taking.
Oh.
Is also what they said, which is also I'm trying to keep in mind. Also,
What'd they say?
that after WandaVision is done, because all of us are like, well, where's it going post Endgame?
Yeah.
Is after this we'll be like, okay, this is where the MCU is going. This is the direction that it's going. Is what they've been saying. Is once that final episode's done, we'll have a good idea of what we're getting next.
Okay, so the Richard says, I also don't think it will be full Mephisto. It will likely be an amalgamation because China does not do Satan in pop culture in cinemas. I say it will be more a cross with Nightmare. That's not the cameo.
I could definitely see us getting Nightmare.
But don't you think though they can kind of get away with that because it's not? I mean, yeah, it's their version of the devil, but it's Mephisto.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a character, not necessarily. It is, but it isn't. You know. So I mean, I feel like they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Or they could have an edit, even for China.
Yeah.
You know,
or
I mean,
they may pull like a Lucifer type thing where it's like he keeps like this human look the whole time, and you don't see like.
That's true.
His true form.
That's true.
Yeah, like CW.
I agree. Al Pacino as the bad guy would be epic. We would all know it's the devil.
But yeah, the
Andrew Casale says so. No Reed Richards for the engineer. All that build up for nothing. I don't think it's going to be a. See, I don't know, man. I don't. You gotta wait till the end, man. There's 2 more episodes left, dude. But I think if you're expecting Reed Richards, like, that's what I feel. I feel like, okay, so we talk about this a lot on the channel. This kind of thing right here, okay? Like anticipation, you got to match anticipation with realism, right?
I'm not expecting the Fantastic Four till after Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I don't expect the Fantastic Four till after Doctor Strange. I just don't.
They just announced the movie and that it's in development still.
But also, I think also like you can't look at it as, well, if it's not Reed Richards, it's all for nothing. You know what I mean? Because like that's kind of like the state of Star Wars, where it's like, well, if we don't get this, it was all just nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying necessarily you're saying that. I'm just saying, like, go into it with that kind of feeling that it's like it could be anybody, it could be anything. And
well, also as we saw for the Infinity Saga, Feige had an idea from beginning to end. From Iron Man to Endgame, he had an idea. Whereas from WandaVision to whatever the last is with these Age of Heroes, he has that.
Do you think? See, because Barcelona says, I feel like the show is going to end on a cliffhanger, which is kind of disturbing. I don't feel like there's going to be a season 2.
They've hinted at a season 2, but nobody's expecting a season 2 on the cast.
So I'm just wondering if it's going to like lead in that, like with these shows, one of them leads into the next one. So we know that Winter Soldier's coming, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. So does this lead into Falcon and Winter Soldier then?
I don't think so, because this is Falcon and Winter Soldier is supposed to be between Falcon, Bucky, and Baron Zemo.
Yeah,
the 3 of them.
But could have like leftover, residuals.
Yeah. Because obviously they're outside of the hex right now, but I don't know. I'm not expecting it to kind of be connected to WandaVision, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was because we have all these shows one after another all year long.
Let's see here. Yeah, which is kind of disappointing. Yep. Whoops. The Nexus. Yep.
Which that is
skipping around. Sorry, I was trying to bring up.
I looked that up because I was like, wait, that. For some reason, I was thinking Nexus War, but that was something different.
The Nexus there.
The Nexus is a cross-dimensional gateway which provides a pathway to any and all possible realities. That's what the Nexus is in the Marvel Universe.
What is it again?
The Nexus is a cross-dimensional gateway which provides a pathway to any and all possible realities.
And that was a pill for depression, wasn't it?
But that was the thing that they made sure to be like, oh yeah, you can go to whatever reality you want.
The Richard says I'm into creepy stuffs, as you'll see from a lot of my art that I've been digging up. I
Mhm.
literally have nightly art parties called Monsters Time. I really loved how they spun this ending.
Well, then he's really gonna enjoy Doctor Strange too, because that's another reason why I'm thinking we're getting Mephisto, is because it's gonna be okay. We see him for a second and then he not disappears, but kind of like we don't know where he goes post WandaVision. Because Doctor Strange 2, Feige said it's supposed to have like a creepier vibe to the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And she's supposed to be in it.
Yeah, it was supposed to be her and Strange, but it's not gonna be a typical MCU like, which is a funny thing. That's gonna be to see what fans' reaction to, because they're wanting to say, oh yeah, all the Marvel movies are lighthearted and stuff. Doctor Strange 2 is not gonna be that movie.
Which is going to actually kind of be nice though too, because
Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be a very different movie from what we normally get in the MCU.
Dorothy says my ex-wife was from Salem. You think I would have known better? LOL. Where is she now?
Burns the steak.
No, she burned the steak. That's why she's his ex-wife. See what I did there? Yep, talking about that.
His ex is from Salem.
The Richard said
R2D bag.
Yeah, the Richard says, I don't think Kelsey Grammer is the Skywalker cameo. I think he will be a cameo. I think we will see several. I know, I was just messing with you then. Let's see. A lot of talk about the Nexus. We talked about that.
I have a feeling that it's not going to be X-Men related for that Luke Skywalker level cameo.
Minty says F China. If we want the devil, we'll darn get the devil. 187 says this episode was bigger than people think. It moved a lot of character story forward. I think it moved stuff forward. It was very
different paced than the other episodes.
Which is things that I think we'll get before the end of the season. I think it'll be Ultron.
Well, they made reference to it in this episode.
Ultron, Mephisto, a new Vision, or it's gonna be something where Wanda has to say goodbye and she doesn't get Vision back. But also at the same time, I don't see them just getting rid of Paul Bettany.
Hey, Wanda Maximoff is here. She says hello. Why don't we ask her? Wanda, like what's gonna happen? What are you doing? Why are you doing all this? We want answers.
And say it in the Russian accent.
Is Sophie still here? We want answers.
Zach Bagans style.
Yeah, Zach Bagans style. Zach Bagan, like, wouldn't it be great if the Ghost Adventures go into the next, whatever that is, the hex?
So if next week is
the
supposed
hex
to be
the next hex.
It's hex, and they were talking about Nexus.
I know.
So if next week is supposed to be the 2010s kind of style, what show do you think they're trying to imitate next week? If this,
I wish they would have done Married with Children.
I was just thinking that too, Bundy.
But that would have been a while back. Can you imagine Vision being all like?
But then she'd have to like walk around like this with little heels on.
That'd have been cute. That'd have been cute. But which boy would have been Kelly?
But also, if it was the 2000s, the kids shouldn't have had Wii remotes. They should have been the GameCube remotes.
I'm trying to think, like, what show? I mean, they could do The Office, but I don't know that.
No. They kind of did that kind of style episode almost.
Well, yeah, that with that, I guess. I mean, it's hard to tell with shows now. I mean, like maybe a reality show.
For us.
Maybe a reality show.
Yeah. What's the one that's been on forever?
The Bachelor.
No, the one on the island. Like Naked and Afraid.
Survivor.
Yeah.
Survivor. Oh dear Lord.
Technically, they would be having to survive now at this point because
that's true.
They're freaking out. She can't keep her crap together.
Barcelona agrees. China delayed the release of World of Warcraft. Wrath of the Lich King way back when, because they had to approve editing out everything that showed a skull. Dear Lord.
Yep. It's even like that with video games too. Like the quickest example I can think of is probably Fortnite is the Skull Trooper. That's not even a skin in China. So China doesn't even get that skin.
Hoo-ha or what?
See, that's what I'm waiting for. The Richard is like somebody is a Skrull,
Mhm.
right? Because like we,
Like that dude that had Presto on his shirt
Expression.
that was just sitting
Oh, yeah.
there while they was watching all that happen
Mhm.
when she threw her up in
Yeah.
the air.
Also, we know Secret Invasion is coming in the future of the
Mhm.
Disney Plus shows.
Mhm. Yeah, I
It's gotta
mean,
do a lot with the
Minty,
Skrulls.
Minty, yeah, I agree. Minty Zaki says the MCU promised you nothing with the Fantastic Four, so why did you feel like you were getting Reed Richards? Yeah,
Mhm. It would have been cool.
yeah, oh yeah, it'd have been cool, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't,
But
I
they
don't
did say
feel
you
like
are
it.
getting the Fantastic Four just now, right now. Because like they just got the guy to.
So, what do you give the episode?
Like an 8.5. I still really enjoyed it.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Minty, I'm right there with you. It says people looking into too many fan theories and not just enjoying the show.
Mhm.
It's fun to
Speculate.
to
have the fan-
speculate,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't allow your speculation to control your enjoyment of the show.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that's look, I've been saying that for years now
Mhm.
about literally everything, especially like Star Wars and different things like that. People
Mhm.
just don't want, and D Richard is here and he's from the Burnett work, with Robert Meyer Burnett, and Robert Meyer Burnett and I talked about that when he was on here, that like there was a time where people would go to the movies or they turn on a TV show and they would watch the show
Mhm.
and they would be told the story. And it
Yep.
seems like nowadays we live in this society.
Need to be
We live in a
spoon-
society.
we
Hunter
need to be
is
spoon fed.
a
But yeah,
distant
well,
memory.
not just spoon fed, but like we want to actually, no, we don't want to be spoon fed. We want to dictate the story. We want to tell the producers and the directors and the companies what the story is, and if they don't tell it to us the way that we
Mhm.
want it and give it to us the way we want
Mhm.
it, we throw a fit. We throw
Mhm.
a hissy fit,
Yep.
and then you get these fandoms, going, I'm gonna protest this and I'm gonna boycott that and everything, and then you get a situation like the Solo movie where the Solo movie didn't do anything wrong. Is
Mhm.
it a perfect movie? No, but it's
That
not. It
also
didn't
heckled at
deserve.
me.
It didn't des- Yeah, it didn't deserve the hate and the vitriol that it got after The Last Jedi. And The Last Jedi didn't deserve that either.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, kind of like an example of that is like the Infinity Saga.
Mhm.
How much did the fans dictate that? Not much of it, but we still really enjoy that.
Wanda Maximoff says my kids are trapped in Yo Gabba Gabba. All I can think of is every time I see Yo Gabba Gabba is the South Park episode where Fufa gets her strange tamed by Ike, and then they sing the song about don't show your strange to strangers.
Mhm.
So that's all I can think about. Wanda's a Nexus being in the comics. I watched that as a kid. The Rich says, by the way, there is 1 week after Wanda before Falcon, and Disney Plus already said that there will be a making of video to fill the gap. So literally, from what I hear, 2 weeks off in 2021.
Mhm. Well, we're also getting Loki and What If this summer,
Mhm. Which is gonna be awesome.
which What If actually looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
Benson says, Enosh, the clue is in the IMDb. Josh Stamberg, director, Tyler Hayward. So it's James Spader returning as Ultron, in my opinion. I hope not. I really don't like Ultron.
He worked with Spader in Age of Ultron.
Bettany worked
with him in
Age of Ultron.
Oh yeah, he worked with so that couldn't be the.
Someone he wanted to work with.
I think. Well, we know he's returning in
Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's somebody that he hasn't worked with before that he's really.
But I think
wanted
they're
to work
pulling from the animated show when Ultron became that human form,
with.
and I think they're kind of doing that with WandaVision. That's why he's so obsessed with Vision's corpse.
I just really don't like Ultron. I don't like the MCU's version of Ultron. It's so slow. It's like Ultron's on dial-up. And I tell you what, I've always said that.
Analog Ultron.
Well, I've always said that, and And even more so after we talked with Ray Fisher here, because like Ray Fisher was talking about Cyborg, how Cyborg literally can tap into everything like right now in real time, like super quick, right? And that he could launch all the nuclear weapons. He could blow up the entire planet if he wanted to. He could do all these different things. And literally Ultron took a whole freaking movie to be able to get things, you know, to be able to work when like literally we're sitting here, we're talking to people in Hawaii right now. Like in real time, you are listening. The Richard, is from Hawaii, and I mean, like it's in real time. It doesn't take forever for this broadcast to get all the way to Hawaii. He's seeing it at the same time that other people are seeing it even closer. Mark Benson's is over in the UK. He's seeing this right now. We're having real time conversations. And it's just, it baffles me about how like Ultron somehow was sitting there, supposed to be this amazing thing, and was taken forever. It was like, it was going to take him how many hours, whatever it was to, I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen that movie because I have no desire to see that movie again. It's like Ultron was a disappointment to me. And then there's a big giant rock of a city that gets put up in the air and dropped. Like, it's like, whoop. And the fast guy got shot. So sorry.
But that's one thing I kind of like about the MCU Ultron that they're kind of following is that you can't just get rid of him just like that. Ultron would have been smart enough to download himself into Vision because we saw as he was making Vision, he was connected to it at all times.
So what was the quote?
Right.
What was the quote then? Because Benson's Mark is saying nobody actually said it was a Luke Skywalker level character. Paul Bettany was interviewed and asked, "Is there a Luke Skywalker ending?" He said yes, and it's an actor he has wanted to work with.
Yeah, Bettany didn't say it was Luke Skywalker cameo. It was Olsen, I believe. She was one that said it, and then that's when the questions start popping up of, okay, well, who's it going to be? And then Bettany started doing all these interviews, and that's when they started asking him who the Luke Skywalker level cameo is.
Benson says he never worked with James Spader as Ultron was voice only. If you check for IMDb, 4 characters have 2 potential names: Wanda, Monica, Agnes, and director Haywood.
So what do you give the episode?
I'd be careful with that. I don't think that is, man, I don't know. I wouldn't go out on a limb and just say it's Ultron at this point. I don't think
I think that'll be one of the reveals at the end.
But not the reveal?
Yeah, but not the reveal.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So what do you give it, Ina?
Sophie says, "We want answers. Our reputations are on the line."
Did you see that?
I want that's all I want. I want the finale. I want the finale to just be them walking around going.
You got to get the picture of Shazam with Nicotina's face on it.
Exactly. Yep. Reality show with the Kardashians next week. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
The Maximoffins.
Living with Vision is hard. Everything is so
Okay, you're weirding the
hard.
dog out. Look at his face. Dad, I was sleeping and you just Kardashianed me.
I just Kardashianed you. Wow. Okay. Everybody loves Raymond.
What do you give the show?
Man, what did you give the show? What?
2 butt scratches.
2 butt scratches? What was that? So I don't know.
10 shows: Vampire Diaries, Game of Thrones, Teen Wolf, Attack on Titan, Reign. I'm just looking at popular 2010 shows.
So
that would be hilarious if they did Schitt's Creek for the 2000s.
2010.
I love that journey.
So what about Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Be nerdy.
Nerdy. So you gave it an 8, right? And what did you give it, Isaac?
8.5. One that would kind of, I
I don't
haven't
know,
watched the
it
show,
just-
so I couldn't tell you. Is the American Horror Story would be kind of good with the direction that's starting to go. But I haven't watched that
don't-
series, so I don't know.
My vote is for Schitt's Creek.
I don't know. I just don't think I can give it that much. I got to give it a 7.
Okay.
It was just kind of there for me. It just kind of, I love the ending, and I like the beginning,
Mhm.
but the middle was very kind of, and I don't know if it's because I'm tired or because it's
You had
just,
an hour and a half of sleep, and you did that the last time the episode you didn't like. You
Mhm.
were falling asleep and like snoozing in the middle of the episode. But the episode did that to you too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of
So
both.
it didn't really like pep me up, you know what I mean?
Do
Like,
it for you.
yeah, like I mean, I just came from a stream where we did, 2 hours, man. And it was a
were
live
yelling.
conversation. I was into it. We're talking about Supergirl. It was.
I was
lively.
cleaning after work and I jumped in the shower and I was in the shower with the water running and I could hear you screaming. Screaming with your door shut. I said, what were you yelling at? And you're like, all of it.
I was yelling at all of it. I was yelling at all of it. So, what if the ender is thank you, Barcelona. Yeah, I never cared for Dial-Up Voltron either. Yeah, so I'm glad to see that I'm not alone. Because I know I get a lot of crap about talking about Ultron, but I'm just not into this Ultron. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate you, man.
Killed him.
Oh. Isaac's got a good point.
What's that?
I think we'll temporarily lose Vision because we'll think that he's coming back out of the hex,
'Cause that's what
and
we
this time
want.
it's going to be alive, and it's actually going to be Ultron. It's going to be Hayward as Ultron. That's what his final jab at her is being like, yeah, Vision's not coming back, and he has to find. And then Wakanda's going to find a way to bring him back.
Telling you, I
It
think
would be a final jab at Wanda.
I think if it's a big reveal,
Mhm.
it's got to either be Professor X,
Yeah, I don't think Ultron's the big reveal.
Magneto, or Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
A small part of me thinks
But-
that Feige's not going to mess with the Fox universe.
But he already is messing with the Fox universe.
Like, I don't think he's going to merge that.
No,
story
I'm
with-
saying I don't think that they're going to merge, but I think that they're
Yeah, I know.
going to. I could see them because,
Yeah.
dude, you know that it's going to happen during Deadpool.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen during because they got to connect it. So
Yeah.
And Deadpool is going to become part of the MCU proper.
Mhm.
So I feel like this would be a great opportunity for them to say something about it or to like reference
Yeah.
it. But maybe whoever shows up can't
Mm-hmm.
leave the hex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they exist in that world or whatever, or they're brought into that world for
Mhm.
whatever it means, but they can't. But hey, I would not put money on that.
No way. I will give you all my Star Wars guys if it is. Wait. Except Boba Fett. No matter how sure I am, I never risk the Fett man.
Never,
True story, bro.
never.
And
never.
Wookiee's got a pillow sickle over there. Look at
So,
him.
but
Like the pillow?
we still have two.
Mhm.
We still have 2 episodes left, guys,
Mhm.
and it could literally be.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jeremy, I'm with
Stuff's
you.
about to get real.
I hope it's Professor
Just
X.
like, I'd love to
I
see X-Men.
really would love to see it be Wolverine
Yeah.
because
say,
I would love
Oh,
to
heck
see him
yeah.
one more
Yeah.
time.
I'd love to see those, like, some of the people from the X-Men in the MCU. But a part of me is also like, well, then you're going to have the thing where Feige's going to have to explain how these things happened and how it affects
With
those
that
X-Men in the
time
MCU.
mutants?
Like, well, because, what one was it? Days of Future Past pretty much wiped out, which starts at the end of X-Men 2 or 3.
Mhm.
Or whatever one it is. However, that Fox timeline works is pretty much Days of Future Past wipes out the last movie.
Who
or
knows
two.
how that Fox thing works?
No.
I mean,
Look, because
like,
Days of
oh,
Future
you didn't
Past
like that
pretty
last
much-
one? Don't worry.
Look,
Mulligan.
yeah, because technically that movie, the last one, what one was it that where they pretty much did Dark Phoenix, but with the original X-Men cast?
Hmm.
Was that X-Men 4 or 3?
Oh god, no. Oh, when they did Dark Phoenix,
Yeah, the first.
that was
time.
X-Men 3.
Okay, then yeah, I think it's the end of.
Why did you say that?
Then I think it's Days of Future Past takes place at the end of, or Prince wipes out number 3, and that's why we have Dark Phoenix. So they're that's one reason why is to say because the complexity that Days of Future Past created in the Fox universe. That's part of the reason why I'm like, wait, what? Because Feige's gonna have to find a way to explain all of that in the MCU if he pretty much brings them in.
Anchorman says, Poindexter, can I show you my drawing of me, Johnny, and you? Round Mike Zero and Doomcock of 2 Cents of Nonsense drawing I did. Yeah, absolutely, man. Send it to me. You can send it to poindexterlounge@gmail.com or you can share it with me on Twitter. Or...
We also have the art section of the Discord.
Yeah, or you can go to the Discord, and that's a perfect place for you to do that, is to go to the Discord and share it on the Discord with everybody, because we actually have an art section on the Discord for everybody. So all you got to do is go sign up, go create a screen name, and share it on there so we can all see it. That'd be awesome. So I give it a 7. You give it an 8. He gives it an 8.5. So what is that? A 7.75? 7.75 for us. What do you guys give it? What do you guys give it in the chat? Let us know what you guys give it in the chat. Would love to hear.
Nicotina's moms.
Yeah, 3 Nicotina's moms and a super snap.
2 snaps and around the world.
I'll tell you what, if for Andrew, if it's not Reed Richards, he's gonna be screaming this. I'm in a coke field rage. Nah. Okay, so yes, the Richard, we have an art section. We certainly do. We absolutely do.
And we've got some awesome stuff in there too.
Yeah, we got some awesome stuff in there. The Richard gives it an 8. 187 also gives it a 7. So I don't feel so bad because 187 is a huge Marvel fan, and if he's giving it a 7, I feel like yeah.
I was at like the 7.5, 8 is where I was, but I went 8.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no more sitcom. So K-pop fans, I will just say we've already done reaction videos to Bollywood, Tollywood, and all kinds of Indian films. It's not something that we do a lot of. And it's been a while. We actually have a video that we actually have to do. It's not a Bollywood or Tollywood film, but we have a reaction video. We haven't done a reaction video in a while, but just because YouTube has gotten so crazy, and right now we're waiting till April for the fraudulent strike on our channel to fall off. And so I am not taking any risks with a copyright strike at all that would give us a second strike. I am not messing with that at all. So that's why you'll see more reviews up until then, but I am not going to put us in a position because even the Bollywood and Tollywood stuff, because it's not all Bollywood. There's Tollywood as well. And so yeah, but we are aware of that, and we do that as well. So okay, so K-pop, I don't know why you keep putting the same thing over and over again. I feel like you're Okay, let's see. What's up, Justin Ward? Says that Agnes thing was super predictable. Yep, we all saw that one coming.
Yep.
Layla says, no offense to you, Nicotina, but dude, when it's just spoiling stuff for Enosh, he might just be as bad as Tom Holland. Nicotina hasn't spoiled anything in a while. He didn't spoil. I mean, he spoiled Luke, but and he spoiled Thrawn. But yeah, but that's yeah, no spamming, spammer, no spamming. What's up, Tim?
Spam in a can.
Spam in a can. Good to see you, sir. Glad you're able to jump in here. Yeah. So there you go. That is our review. That is our Talk Nerdy to Me for the night. And so I know
Now I'm gonna have Talk Hangry to Me.
Yes.
Because I'm hungry.
Yes. So last week, I know that I had told everybody that ACS, Anthony, would be here tonight, but I'm stupid.
You are full. You sit on a throne of lies.
I do. I was wrong. I don't know why.
He was off by a couple days.
I was off by a couple of days. Anthony will be here on Monday night. Yes, and then there will be great rejoicing, and we will all have fun with Anthony.
We get to meet Mrs. Fire.
Thank you. Yes, and we'll get to meet Mrs. Fire for sure. Jeremy says one of my friends spoiled Pietro appearing. I was so sad. I'm so sorry, man. We called it. We called it seconds before.
Just before she opened the door.
Just before she opened the door.
Yep.
Lewis Cox, one of our newest members. And
also just joined the Discord a couple days ago.
Yep. Lewis, glad to have you, man. So glad to have you as part of the channel for sure. With the £5 super chat says this episode of WandaVision was dope. It is building. We're 2 more episodes, or do we? We 2 more episodes, or do we? LOL. Hashtag Josh Gad for Enosh.
Because we know you love Josh.
No, Josh Gad gets me in a. I'm in a coke field rage. Drugs.
School. His name was.
Where is it? Where is the cocaine? Rage. So, there you go. What? That's what happens when Nicotine's mom comes around.
And Anchorman just joined the Discord.
Nice, Anchorman. Glad to have you on the Discord, man. Glad to have you on the Discord for sure. All right. So so we got these 2 more episodes, man, Lewis. We got these 2 more episodes, and we'll see exactly where they go.
Yep.
And what ends up happens. Richard says, I need to return some videotapes. He's living in the past. I thought you were in the future. No, I guess you're in the past. That's right. Yeah, because we're ahead. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. So that's it. Kind of a laid back night tonight. Cool episode. But we'll see what happens coming up. Any last minute thoughts? Any closing thoughts from anybody?
I don't know what I have right now.
All I could think of is food. I'm hungry.
Speaking of food, Tiff, this is for you.
I've been thinking about blowing up my toaster, but then I would make my bread hot and hard at the same time.
And if you're hungry, Tiff, you can always go eat at the lunch trench.
All over town, people are talking about the lunch trench. It's the ditch where you can eat your food.
I need the dinner trench.
So there you go. The dinner trench. Okay. Well, we'll see about that. All right. So guys,
Trench is filled with gravy.
What's up, Justin Proper? Good to see you with a $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Let's see what can we give Justin? Something that's fitting.
I thought that wasn't the word bestest from here because I don't have my glasses on. I thought it said breastfed.
Does not say breastfed. Let's see. We will give Justin the I love this song drop. I love this song. Ah! What a time to be alive. Thank you, Justin. This is Mike Zero is the bestest YouTuber ever. You know, when I start hearing about the bestest ever, I think of this guy. What are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Hope you're doing good, Justin. Hope you're doing well. All right, guys. Carl Urban as Wolverine. There you go. That would be interesting. So where do you find the time to do that? That was actually all of those were off of Dawson's stream, which was really funny. We actually went over all of the Cloverfield movies, the entire Cloverfield franchise, and actually right now, next Saturday we will be giving away the actually probably we'll do it next Friday, the Cloverfield trilogy, in because they're getting ready to make a direct sequel to Cloverfield, the first Cloverfield movie, and so you're going to want to be up on all that, and you can get that. I didn't bring it out here, but it's a 3-pack, and you can have all 3 movies courtesy of the Poindexter Lounge.
Movies.
And don't forget, next month is the big giveaway. I mean, like you got a year's worth of comic stuff there. The complete Death and Return of Superman, plus some other giveaways in there, some other little goodies and stuff like that.
Less than a month till the Snyder Cut.
Less than a month to Snyder Cut. We're
a month from yesterday.
Man, we're so close. We are so close. Wait, there's more than one Cloverfield? Yeah, Justin. There's Cloverfield, there's 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then there's Cloverfield Paradox.
There's thrice movies.
Yep, and I'll show you right now. Lewis Cox with another 2 pounds says Enosh is Wolverine.
Heck yeah.
I got the bod, don't I, babe?
You do. Start calling me Bub.
Yeah, bub. All right. So what do we give Lewis for that? You know what? It's perfect. It's perfect. It's a perfect way to sign off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. Remember, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter, and don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter. Make sure that you treat everybody with respect, and try to find ways to have good communication and conversations with people, and learn from each other. And you never know, you might end up liking something that you didn't like before, or you might end up at least knowing and understanding somebody's point of view on that. But that's the goal, is to come together, and as fans of things, to realize that somebody's least favorite thing is somebody else's favorite. I love that so much. The Gold Man has a Star Wars channel, and we do stuff with him all the time, and he has said it many times. Somebody's least favorite Star Wars movie is somebody else's favorite. And
think about that with Ultron. You do not like him. Somebody else loves him.
Somebody else loves Ultron. I don't know how, but they do. Somebody loves Josh Gad.
I like him as Gaston. Not Gaston, but
Oh no, in Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah.
Gaston's friend.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Absolutely, Justin. That's why we're glad you're here, man. Absolutely. So he's half joking about the Cloverfield thing. Yeah, they made 3. They're making an actual sequel though, so we're excited about that. And so in lieu of that, and on our way out for Lewis Cox, until I've got more coming. We're gonna have more of those drops, because that's a funny drop. But for you'll get the very coveted Nicotina's mom. Until next time, guys, stay nerdy. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Nicotina's mom! Oh, yeah! Nicotina's mom!